Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Oracle Reiki Spiritual Healer. And this week we have been talking about a lot. We have been covering a lot of topics that have happened in our lives. And we are understanding that maybe our parents did not have a choice, but we have a choice. We have a greater download of wisdom invested upon us by God. So we have to make sure that our understanding is to get the word out to the younger generation to help them. We're understanding that these people have been in our lives. They have been inserted in our lives. A lot of them who do not want you to move forward in your life, they will become violent. They will try to siphon your energy by force. They will war against you and threaten you with taking away your love, your house, the children. And for this reason, many of the chosen ones choose to stay asleep. They choose to, let these people siphon their energy because they don't want to do the work and cleanse themselves. They're finding out that it's more than just one day of, being cleansed. They're finding out that time that they have been in that relationship, that family that is a narcissist, those people whose negative energy, whose evil has grown over into their children. They're finding out that it's going to be an investment into self, an investment into your life, an investment to stop that negative energy from growing. And a lot of people think that, it was a easy feat until they started to cleanse themselves. And the negative entities started to gang stalk them. The negative entities started to smear campaign in the neighborhood on them to people that they know in their face. So when you're cleansing these kinds of entities from your life, it is going to be a process. Please, make sure that you're prepared. And most of all, this is what, God has given me today to let you guys know. Most of all, you have to be prepared to disregard, to abandon sometimes, your marriages, sometimes your family, sometimes the city that you stay in. Sometimes you will have to abandon your own children who have been controlled by the narcissists, who are now attacking you with the narcissist. These people have been inserted into your lives. And, again, a lot of chosen ones will choose, to be soft-hearted, to be light against these entities. When, if you cannot remove the negative entity from your life, then you must move away from it. You must abandon it. And, in the case of Noah's son betook himself to a cave or a rock in the mountains, thinking that he would be saved from the flood. And Noah told God that, his son was of his family and he was separated from him during the flood. And God let him know that he was not of his family because his conduct was not right, was not on point, was not in alignment with the chosen ones who believe in God, was not in alignment with God itself. So a lot of chosen ones choose, to let these evils and negatives grow in their lives. They choose to go back to sleep because it's easier for them not to have to face these people in their lives than to have to be like, Abraham and Isaac and lay Isaac, on the altar for sacrifice. And so if this person, if you are wrong in sacrificing, your mental attitude or your behavior, if you're wrong in sacrificing your space, then God will correct you. Just as he corrected the ones of old by, putting a ram in the bush, So, we want to cleanse ourselves of the negative energy. And as we see, if we continue to go back to sleep and let this entity grow and grow, and the persons that are working inserted in our lives grow on our children, there will be nothing left for the future. They will attack the earth. They will attack the chosen one animals. They will attack the chosen one trees. They will attack the chosen one air. They will attack the chosen ones, and there will be nothing left. We must wake up and correct these people who want to war against, God. They're not warring against us. They're warring against God. We must stop them. We must be the soldiers that God has called to the forefront. We must be the reckoning that they have been ushering on, and we must be prepared. So, I wanted to bring you this message because, I was washing my clothes and, trying to make sure that everything is straight and ready for next week for you guys. And I got this download that a lot of the chosen ones do not want to, because they're soft-hearted. They want to be light on this entity. And because this entity has put in their minds that, someone else will take care of it. Jesus will take care of it, to not be violent. Okay, well, they are destroying everything around you, and in your lives, it's turning to rubble. In your homes, it's rubble. You know what I'm saying? Your kids are being turned upside down and sacrificed to this entity. And you will have to defend yourself against these psychotic people, against these narcissist people. The longer that you let them behave in a way that is not conducive to the earth, in alignment with God, in alignment with what is right upon the earth, the longer that, our environment shrinks, our environment, the fish, the birds, the bees, it shrinks, because we haven't stood up as a collective in order to put an end to these people who are forcing their way into our lives and harming, the earth, and harming the chosen ones as a result thereof. So, we look at this, in a biblical perspective, but we also can see what is happening in our current leadership up on the earth. We're seeing that, some of those inserted narcissists, men and women, are cheering that, some of these programs have been taken. Some of the programs to help the chosen one's children, to help the chosen one in the community. We have one lady that is being prosecuted and facing 10 years, for buying food with her EBT card and selling, items and using it to bake cakes and things of that nature to sell. So, as we see that we are in a system that is turned against us, who no longer wants to see the chosen ones advance. Because if we advance, that negative energy, ultimately, that they have set up on us by sending spells, those policies that they have made, those laws that they have made, they are spells against the chosen one and the chosen one children, and upon the earth, the animals, the fish, and all the insects. They are a scourge upon the earth. And we have to do our due diligence in order to understand. We must start cleansing from, clean around your own door first. Start cleansing from the inside of your life. Cleanse out the negative things, and pray to God for the things that's, hard for you to get over. We have to make sure that we are seeing this environment that they have created for the chosen ones as it is. The educational system, they're warring, to start a race war. And there will be no race war. It will just rain down hell upon these people from the chosen ones. So, what they're looking for, they're not going to get. Because, we have to come in all directions. We have to surround them with the negative energy that they have sent out. And we must send it back in order to crush them and crush the people who they have inserted to be familiars in our lives. in our communities, on our jobs, to torment us in the school system and everywhere that we are. We must cleanse the negative energy everywhere it is found, even if it's in our families. So I bring this word to you today. I put this on your hearts and your minds. For the chosen one, men and women, please, you can reach out to me in the description below. Leave a comment for me. You can, book your sessions with me. I have a lot of experience, and of removing negative energy from people and acclimating a gift to you for your situation. You can book your one-on-one life coaching sessions, or you can book your video chat sessions, whichever you feel comfortable with. I'm High Oracle, Reiki Spiritual Healer. Assalamu alaikum.